Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And we not surprised. Here you have another school shooting with no one other than Esau Edom, the devil, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, the so-called white man. Whether whether it be his children, his wife, or the so-called white man himself. They are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And the Lord said that he would be like this. In the end days, he was going to show his wrath. And we're not surprised. These devils, this is their MO. They like to shed blood. They like to hunt the innocent. Not the innocent in the innocent sense, because nobody's innocent, but the ones that are off guard, the ones that are not expecting it, you know, the ones that don't know who he is, the ones that he can, manipulate and befriend before he makes his move. And we've been telling you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to stay away from this man, his children, his wife. Stay away from them. I just seen a video or a clip with it was another Edomite. He took like these three Jakes in the field, I guess, to test off, a firearm or something, and he turned around and used the firearm on all three of them Jakes and unalived all three of them, because what, they trusted him. And the Lord tells you to never trust thine enemies, right? And you Jakes, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, who are the Israelites according to the Bible, you have enemies. And Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is your number one enemy. He hates your guts. No matter what he says, no matter the face he puts on, no matter what he tells you, no matter how comfortable you think you are with him, this man can't be trusted. He's a liar, and he's a bloody man. It runs deep. All through these devils' veins, that blood boils and it runs deep when it comes to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. This man is so bloody that he'll even take out his own people. So they start from young. The scriptures tell you, let's get it. This is Sirach chapter 8, verse 16. It says, let me go back. Sirach 8 and 16. It says, strive not with an angry man. And then these devils are angry. They're angry that they're losing their kingdom, their power, their wealth. They're angry, man. They have these discussions in their house and they're mad, man. And guess who they're blaming? You Israelites. They're blaming you. They're blaming you for the fall of America. They may put on a mask and say, oh, it's the migrants that's coming in. Well, a lot of you migrants, you Israelites too. You Venezuelans of Negro and Indian descent, you Cubans, you Salvadorians, Ecuadorians, y'all about to see how this devil really feels about y'all, man. So it says, strive not with an angry man, and go not with him to a solitary place. School would be considered a solitary place. Church, right? So-called church. Those are sanctuaries. Those are places that people go, and they feel safe. When these parents drop their kids off to these schools, they don't think nothing like this is going to happen. They don't think this, man. And when you watch this video, just remember, we're not ignorant of the devices, man. Right? You Jakes out here, things are not always what they seem. You can see something and then not be that, man. So you got to have discernment. That's why you got to ask the Lord for discernment, man. Right? To know what's true and what's not. I'm just gonna say that because YouTube, they butthurt when you make certain statements and prove your statements, right? It says, and go not with him to a solitary place, for blood is as nothing in his sight. Yeah, it ain't nothing for these devils to spill blood, whether it's they people or you Israelites, man. And they will rather spill you Israelites' blood, right? So it says, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee. Now, school, so-called church, so-called school, you don't really get no help there like that, man. Everybody's vulnerable. You probably have one or two security guards in there. Some of the time they're armed, some of the time they're not. You know, but hey, there's no help, man. And those 4 that got, deleted, which 9, I believe, got shot. 4 got deleted. He overthrew them. And I believe they said this is like the 45th, as you're gonna see in this video. This is like the 45th mass school shooting this year. And guess what? They're all by the hands of these devils, man. The wicked in all the earth. So let's play this. I ran it enough. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, elect be edified. Check this out.
He was at the door and they almost let him in until they backed up, and then he turned away, and that's when you hear like the first rounds of fire.
I want to give our sympathies to our community, our school system, our kids, our parents that had to witness this today. Obviously, what you see behind us is an evil thing today. Our school resource officer engaged him, and the shooter quickly realized that if he did not give up, that it would end with an OIS, an officer-involved shooting. But I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail.
And notice when these devils commit these types of acts, they always walk out of there, man. They shoot up people, they unalive people, and then what? They put their hands up and say they're sorry. And these devils, they have compassion on them, man, because they probably say to themselves, well, we can use this kid. We can use this devil. We need him. Right? And they'll come here and put on a sad face and a shocked face and say their condolences and all this, but guaranteed, I'm willing to bet top dollar on it. If it was one of you so-called Negroes or Latinos, you would not have walked out of there, man. You would have been lit up with rounds. So this is this is America for you, man. Let's continue.
In this county.
Did he ever say anything?
No, he never really talked. He was pretty quiet. He wasn't there most times. Either he just didn't come to school or he just would skip class. But even when he would have talked, it was one-word answers or just short statements. When you think of like shooters and how they act or things that they do, it's usually the quiet kid, or like that's what stereotype for it to be. And he was the one that fit that description in our class.
And these are the people that got unalived. You had these 2, more than likely they Edomites. Then you had it looked like could be a Jake and another Jake or whatever. But the Lord tells you in I believe it's Proverbs 11, you know, that, you know, if you would join unto them, you will fall by the sword. You know, paraphrasing. You're gonna fall by the sword, man. Look like a so-called Northern Kingdom brother over here, and maybe a Southern Kingdom or a Northern Kingdom. You never know. But our people, they love to be around these devils. You know, when these devils, they don't have a spirit, man, of righteousness on them. These devils are full of the spiritual demon Satan. And when our people get next to them, it rubs off on them, man. And the Lord gotta, you know, do what he do. So it says the victims have been identified as 14-year-old students Mason Skimmerhorn and Christian Angulo, right? More than likely, these two. It says, and teachers Richard Aspinwall and Christina Remy, right? So this is the result of these devils having power and being on the earth, man. This is the result, man. Bloodshed, murder, death, destruction. This is the result.
Down this aisle right here after this deputy. Hurry up now, come on, let's go.
What the?
We got a whole school to get evacuated, people. Come on now.
We heard shots. The teacher ran, slammed the door, made us all go in the corner. We heard like the teachers and everything in the hallways, the police. We heard like the shooting, and then we heard that they ran away. And then after a while, they came and took us out to the football field.
And it's pretty much the same MO. You know, these school shootings happen, and they go into the background and the history of, you know, what these shooters did on social media, and then they go back to their houses and find all type of hate rhetoric, and, you know, and signs and posts and pictures and posters, and, you know, they speak with the next door neighbor and all of the same old shit, man. Same thing. This devil can't get it right, nor does he want to get it right. Right? Never in the history of this country, right, of this wicked ass kingdom, right, since I've been living, has it been this many shootings in 1 year, man. This is how you know we at the end. And that's fine, because these are signs further, you know, manifesting that this place is going down, and this place is about to be destroyed off the map, man. And it's gonna get bad out here. It's gonna get very bad out here, man. When these types of things, they just had I was looking at this this video where they said there was a plot against New York, and they stopped it. You know, they was about to go shoot up you know, or commit a violent act toward, you know, those people, you know. But whatever, it's gonna happen. Let's continue.
This is just a senseless tragedy on top of so many senseless tragedies. And it's just outrageous that every day in our country, in the United States of America, that parents have to send their children to school worried about whether or not their child will come home alive.
And that's America for you, man. That's Babylon the Great. You know, that's what's going on, man. you know. So here you have, you know, sort of like an update. It says, how can authorities charge Appalachia High School shooter's father? You know, which all of these devils are charged in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're charged with murder, theft, robbery, right? Destruction, rape, rob, you know, lies. They're charged with all sorts of crimes, man, in the eyes of the Lord. And they're being judged for it, but that judgment is going to reach great heights. Heights that you've never seen on this planet before, man. You're about to see these devils go through holy hell, man. Because the Lord is tired of them. The Lord is through with Esau Edom. Right? So this is Psalms 5 and verse 6. It says, thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing, that speak lies. And the Lord will abhor, meaning hate, the bloody and deceitful man. And who's that? Esau Edom. The bloody and deceitful man. Everything come out of his mouth is deceit. Right? And he's a bloody man, meaning he'll spill anybody's blood, man. If it's to, you know, bring forth his agenda, or he's just bloodthirsty. You know, especially when it comes to you Israelites. So let's play this, man.
And tonight, the suspected Appalachia school shooter and his father are both behind bars without bond. 14-year-old Colt Gray is facing 4 felony murder charges. He's accused of killing 2 students and 2 teachers Wednesday morning. Colt Gray's attorney says they were not asking for bond.
And that's the devil right here. This is the devil. You looking at him, man. School shooter, you know, haircut, you know, got the face for it. You look in his eyes, man, that's pure evil. You look in his eyes, there's no I'm sorry in his eyes, man. He knew what he wanted to do.
Attorney says they were not asking for bond. Because Colt is a minor, the maximum penalty he'll face is life without parole. Meanwhile, his father, Colin Gray, faces several charges, including involuntary manslaughter. The GBI says he knowingly allowed his son to have a weapon. Colin's attorneys did not request bond. The judge said if they added all his charges together, he could face nearly 180 years in prison.
Parents should really watch what their kids are posting on social media and, remove any weapons in the house if they feel their student or their child is facing some type of mental health crisis.
A warning from Sheriff Freeman as the Appalachia shooting could set a new precedent for punishing parents of mass shooters in Georgia. Carmen Brown spoke to a criminal attorney to explain the charges before Colt Gray's father and how the prosecution and defense might develop their arguments.
Colin Gray facing a total of 14 charges, including 2 counts of second-degree murder. Barrow County DA Brad Smith announced in Friday's hearing there could be more.
Second-degree murder is often based on whether or not someone, during the commission of the cruelty to children in the second degree, causes the death of another. And it doesn't matter whether or not somebody meant to do that or anything like that.
But how can authorities charge Colin Gray if he didn't pull the trigger? Travis Griffin explains it as transferred intent. For example, if someone helps commit a robbery that results in a homicide, the co-conspirator could be charged with murder, even if they didn't pull the trigger.
It's essentially the same transferred intent situation that's happening in a second-degree murder charge, where they're saying, well, you did commit cruelty to children, and now someone's dead. And so we transfer that intent to the death.
Griffin says prosecutors might build a case like the one that put.
So basically what he's saying is that if you say, you got Jakes on the corner and one got a firearm and the cops come and hem all you Jakes up, and one Jake got a firearm on it, they take all y'all in. When they run that gun through ballistics or whatever, and they find that it has bodies on it, guess what? All you Jakes getting charged for those bodies. Right? All you Jakes gonna get charged for them bodies, man, because they're gonna link it all into you. This is what he had, initially saying. So you you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans out there, man, you better watch who you give your time and energy to. Know how to move, right? And yeah, watch yourself, man. Watch yourself. Because it's getting bad out here, and all this is setting the precedent for new laws that they're going to try to pass, and it's going to affect you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, because they're going to blame you for the reason that this is all messed up. This country is going to shit, man. They're going to blame you.
Put the parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley's behind bars.
Part of law is what's called foreseeability, whether or not somebody has culpability because it's foreseeable that some bad thing could have happened.
He says defense might counter by focusing sole accountability on Colt Gray.
And we saw it in Michigan as well. Essentially the argument is that, you can't hold parents accountable for the actions of somebody else, even if it is their child.
Griffin says if Colin Gray is convicted, this could create ramifications in Georgia for parents setting boundaries with their kids regarding firearms. In Macon, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.
Griffin says he thinks the prosecuting attorneys will soon go before the Barrow County grand jury with evidence against the Grays and seek an indictment once the investigation.
Right. So let's put them up there, man. Let's highlight them. Let's highlight this devil, man. You're looking at the face of evil right here. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, man. Right? His spirit, these devil's spirit is not upright in them. Their spirit is full of evil, hatred, destruction, death, pain. This is their spirit, man. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua put that spirit in them. Here it is. These devils got the fatness of the earth, but they still, going throughout the earth, committing mass, genocide and putting everybody in a sorrow and mournful state, man. This is why this man is going to be taken off the earth by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Right? It says, but the just shall live by faith, man. And who's the just? The Israelites. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the just. Those are the just. And on this side is the elect of the nation of Israel. All the Israelites going to be just in the kingdom, in our kingdom, wherein dwelleth righteousness. But on this side, it's going to be the elect, man. So let's get one more. We're going to shut it down. This is Isaiah. This is why the Lord said this about that whole nation. This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children. This would be the children of, their forefathers who raped, robbed, and murdered the Israelites and the whole world, but mainly the Israelites. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers and their children. This one you see on the screen, along with all his relatives and all his nation, they're being prepared for slaughter for the iniquity of their forefathers, man. A lot of these Edomites, they know this. It says that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, right? So that they don't stay in rulership, that they have no more power to pass laws and, decree unrighteous decrees and, make the earth a damn jail and oppress people and things of that sort, man. Because when these devils are out of power, the trees are going to rejoice. Right? Because the scriptures say when the righteous are on authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And this whole country is in a mournful state, man. So, hey, check this out. You better repent, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and get away from this man and his nation. If not, hey, we told you and we warned you. So, I just wanted to touch on this. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, willing to elect with the other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rukakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. Hey, to the next lesson. Shalom.